The previous video in the Picture Cars series was about one of Bruce Wayne's cars. I have more Justice League I want to explore, but how about this week I do a suggestion with Wayne's World's AMC Pacer. Sounds good? Let's do it. This one will be a fun essay. I reached out to Penelope Spheris, the director, and she actually responded. So that's nice.
Excellent.
She's a super cool woman and doesn't get enough credit for this movie, so watch out, movie people. I'm coming to you for more questions. So where do we start? In the first movie as canon, this car's presence is a little weird. Contextually and through subsequently released info, we know that the AMC Pacer belongs to Garth. But it gets weird because of the hockey scene. We see that Wayne and Garth either live across the street from each other, and the car is just parked in Wayne's drive, or the Mirthmobile is parked in the wrong driveway. Not a big issue. I just wanted to bring that up because it bothered me when I dived into this analysis. What I really want to start with is Garth's general taste. Since we're in 2021, we can call it Garth's aesthetic. The scene immediately preceding the hockey game, as well as the hacking scene, give us some pretty good insights into Garth's taste. We see his bedroom, which is full of his eclectic collection. Now this taste is all over the place, but it's loud and abnormal. Here, loud means noticeably different. From his hair, to his demeanor, to his skill set as a hacker, like where did this guy come from? Who taught him in Aurora, Illinois?
And what will he do next?
So it only stands to reason that this vehicle embody that same aesthetic. Visibly noticeable on a roadway, different from anything else in the parking lot. He could have done this with a paint job only, but this car was foretold by the producers. Not any car could do it had to be the AMC Pacer. Why? Typically, you write a script, set a budget, and identify the cars. Fast and Furious is different. They sort of identify the cars while they're developing the story. The AMC Pacer in Wayne's World was a part of the script before props even got started. This was super rare for the time. Now let's shift focus and look to the details of the base model. We could showcase all the brilliant contraptions available to this car, but these were built off of an initial decision point. While movie producers can do anything, and have been for decades, a Twizzler dispenser in a Lincoln Continental wouldn't have converted with the audience as well. And we can safely say that this vehicle was chosen before story development was complete. Thank you, Penelope, for your kindness in responding. So why choose the AMC Pacer? The biggest design element I want to highlight on this car is this. The Pacer is asymmetrical. In this context, that means the passenger side door is longer than the driver's side door, and in turn, that means the opening to the passenger side is larger. AMC designed this for the function of having more space when it came to loading passengers or storage. Our Duo is also asymmetrical in appearance, in style, in instrument choice, in outward confidence, and so having Wayne and Garth in an asymmetrical car is an incredible augmentation of this point. Put the two together and you get a walking clown car with two pairs of legs. Heck, to even further augment the concept of mismatched characters, the Mirthmobile has mismatching wheels. Check that out. The second reason for having this car is that it allows the production crew to edit dynamic transition pieces. There's the oft-cried lament of film critics that scene transitions are too boring. The examples they use to bolster their point are the road scenes from one location to the next, and then they compare it with a jump cut of Edgar Wright's transportation transitions.
Ready.
And honestly, Hot Fuzz is a great example. But this car, a character in its own right, introduced earlier in the movie than the leading lady, has more function than being just a transportation device. It's also a music player. Now, I'd like to repeat that, and hopefully it hits a little differently. Cars represent different ideas and have different purposes. There are daily drivers, project cars, race cars, overlanders, and off-roaders. But to Garth, this is a music player. Neither a Walkman or CD player would have satisfied this relational element. With Wayne and Garth, connoisseurs of rock, holding their taste in music in high regard, were able to get deeper meaning to the transition scenes to Alice Cooper's show in Milwaukee.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
A film critic might call it boring, but those comments lack the relational meaning this car has to the owner. In these cases, they are dynamic transition scenes. The American Motor Company had its final buyout in 1985, meaning that by the time Wayne's World came around, there was no promoted reason to have this car on set. The Pontiac GTO, though not in production during 1992, had the GM-owned company still in existence. But this movie shied pretty far away from car sponsorship. Even with all the sponsorship material they could have utilized from an existing car company, story developers chose this clown car specifically for the SNL alums. It was very much on purpose. And while this neglect of sponsorship would go unnoticed in virtually any other movie, this one has the beautiful scene where Wayne and Garth are arguing against the corporate sponsorship of Noah's Arcade, and then they proceed to identify Doritos, Pizza Hut, Pepsi, Nuprene, and Reebok as movie sponsors. An oddity, but that just makes the juxtaposition more powerful. The realization that this car had no ulterior motive and was just there to accentuate the Wayne's World co-hosts. This car was smartly chosen as an unsponsored but complementing vehicle for the comedic leads. Adding the car as a character to the script allows for some real character development, which is not something audiences usually think about when it comes to comedies. This car played the supporting actor well and should be set up as an example for how to do cinematic design. It's some excellent costume design right there. This was a fun foray into the suggested material for the channel. I enjoyed watching Wayne's World again. Watching it years ago with the perspective of a high schooler is way different from the perspective I have now as a father and high school teacher. But it was still fun. If you have more cars you'd like me to explore, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. This video took a while, but it was a blast. If you have another car you'd like an analysis of, let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button and make sure to subscribe because there are more of these videos dropping every week. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Milwaukee.